As a kid, I spent many a sugar-addled Saturday morning sprawled in front of the family TV watching Wile E. Coyote and his slapstick quest to catch the Roadrunner. All hopped up on sugar smacks and tang, always laughed when the Coyote fell victim to his own crazy schemes, to Acme-branded technology, and in many cases, to gravity. Today, I spend parts of my coffee-addled workday sprawled in front of computer monitors thinking about CAQDAS, which is short for Computer-Assisted Qualitative Data Analysis Software. These are the types of software researchers use in their not-so-quixotic quest to analyze text, interview transcripts, videos, web form discussions, and many other types of data. If you can think of a type of qualitative inquiry, there's a CAQDAS app for that, or 5 for that matter. In response to this evolving technology, researchers banded together and created the CAQDAS Network Project. This community provides information and training working with researchers from diverse disciplinary backgrounds and using a range of qualitative methodologies. Just as the Coyote has a myriad of Acme products to choose from, qualitative researchers can use the support of this network and to varying degrees their disciplines to select from many methodologies and many CAQDAS softwares. Tonight, looking at the qualitative researchers, how can these technologies help or hinder their chase? First of all, CAQDAS is a tool, not a solution. Critics of CAQDAS argue that the software removes the human element from qualitative inquiry. Novices think that CAQDAS is a magic box that spews out results at the click of a button. Here's the problem. If we don't see your methods, we don't know how you got your results. As a result, these misunderstandings persist. So how can we see these methods? How are people reporting the use of CAQDAS? How are there trends and practices out there? These are the questions I've been asking with my colleagues, Dr. Trina Paulus from the University of Georgia and Dr. Megan Woods and Ron Macklin from the University of Tasmania, Australia. No relation to the Tasmanian devil. Together, we analyzed over 750 English language peer-reviewed articles to see how the authors across all academic disciplines report their use of CAQDAS. For focus, we limited our study to empirical rather than methodological articles. We also limited our study to just 2 widely used CAQDAS applications, NVivo and Atlas TI. After finding the journal citations in Scopus, I used EndNote to manage this huge bibliography, and EndNote performed in a very useful, un-Acme-like fashion. It helped me track large data sets, it removed duplicate citations, and it automated the collection of hundreds of PDF documents we read and coded as part of our analysis. In this study, we looked for descriptive and analytic details. EndNote was great with the descriptive bibliographic elements such as journal titles and years of publication. We then read and coded each article for methodologies, for the data types the researchers used, and how the authors reported their use of CAQDAS, including how much detail the authors provided. Along with Skype and email, we also worked in person. Last spring, Dr. Paulus and I traveled to Tasmania as visiting scholars to work with Drs. Woods and Macklin. We led research methods workshops for our host. We also finalized the coding, mapped out an article or two, and started the write-up of our initial findings. Now, for some of those findings. In terms of years of publication, you can see that since the advent of CAQDAS in the mid-90s, the number of articles citing CAQDAS is trending upwards with large gains over the past 4 to 5 years. NVivo is the more often used application, so CAQDAS is working its way into scholarship. For subject disciplines, we were surprised that medicine and the health sciences dominated our research set. There are so many medical articles that we had to expand our subject classification with more detailed medical subheadings. Still, as you can see, many disciplines use these softwares, including the humanities, engineering, social, and the applied sciences. Now for methodologies. Whatever the authors reported as their methodologies, that's what we coded as methodologies. We didn't judge or correct. But we found that many authors didn't go into much detail. Almost 25% of the authors stated that theirs was simply a qualitative study that we labeled generic qualitative. Interview and focus groups rounded out the top 3. And for the data types, just like methodologies, we see many authors use interviews and focus groups for their research data. While Atlas TI and NVivo can handle many other data types such as videos and online discussions, evidence of these uses has yet to catch up with the technology's potential. Since the scholars can use CAQDAS in multiple phases of the research process, we look for the role that CAQDAS played across the projects from start to finish. While practically every author reported using the software for data analysis, little was found regarding the other possible uses, including data display and outputs, team management, and data collection. elements that would better help us understand the methods. And finally, we rank the articles on the degree of detail and reflexivity regarding cactus use. Approximately 87% only mention the software by name, and we call these the name droppers. 10% provided a moderate level of context, but less than 3% provided substantial reflections on their use of cactus. Here are some examples of what we found in the more detailed, informative articles. Authors provided screenshots of code concept networks, advanced analytic features, and reflexive discussions so the readers could see how the cactus was used in the process. With these practices, we get a better understanding of the role the software plays in research. So, how can you get there to this better understanding? We suggest a few things. First, identify the software used, including the version. Articulate the rationale for using cactus. Describe how the program was used at each step of the research process, including illustrations, and include reflexive discussions, especially on the software's when it yields anticipated benefits. We don't suggest that the exhaustive explanation of cactus use is required for every article. Ultimately, the researcher must exercise good judgment given the context of their research. Notwithstanding, it is possible to provide careful and rich descriptions of cactus in relatively few paragraphs and illustrations. Whenever you're using cactus software or rocket-powered roller skates to propel you in your chase, remember that technology is a tool and not the prize. Watching the Coyote devise his methods and his crazy plans and doomed schemes was a big part of the fun. The Coyote never caught the roadrunner, and that was okay. The chase was always the best part. Thank you.